compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Chosen Freeholders was provided in the following manner. Published in the Press of Atlantic City and mailed to the Current, the Daily Journal, the Hamilton Gazette, and the Hamilton News, and has been posted on the bulletin boards in the county building in Atlantic City, the Stillwater building in Northfield, and the county clerk's office in East Landing. All rise for an opening prayer and the pledge of allegiance.
O Heavenly Father, we ask thy blessing on this meeting and all those assembled here. May our actions be filled with kindness and forbearance, and may we ever be mindful of our obligations to each other and to thee. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Gurley. Bennett.
Here.
Bertino.
Here.
Corsi.
Present.
Days.
Here.
Fitzpatrick.
Here.
Formica.
Here, can I have a pen?
Kern.
Here.
Risley.
Here.
And Gatto.
Here. You've all had an opportunity to review the minutes from January 1st, 2019. If there are no corrections, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the minutes as presented.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any comments? We'll have a roll call, please.
Bennett.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Maybe. Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Formica.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, and we'll start with our printed agenda, ordinance number 1.
An ordinance to vacate and abandon an existing site triangle easement across block 1401, lot 2.01 in the township of Egg Harbor. Final reading.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments on the motion? Any public comments on the motion? Roll call vote, please.
Bennett.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Formica.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. Resolution 61.
Introduction of the 2019 Atlantic County budget, first reading.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments?
I'll yield.
Freeholder Fitzpatrick.
I just have a question. It relates to what we discussed yesterday. Since we know about the Hard Rock tax settlement, that's $384,000, and we're in such great shape this year, I would think, I don't know if it's reasonable to plan ahead and set aside some funds, since we seem to have a little extra in there. We're going to have a decrease in our rate. And I know that it takes $3 million to make a penny. So it doesn't seem like it would be that much, but the way things seem to go, we get a lot of surprises. And I think that it would be prudent of us to plan.
Okay. Let me, Freeholder Corsi, did you want to say anything?
Or change my mind.
Okay. Freeholder Formica.
Just commenting on Freeholder Fitzpatrick. We have had many chances where we think we can save money and, we think about appropriating money on the side. But, Jerry, how much money do we have in surplus?
We have the 9-1 still.
So there's $9.1 million in surplus. I don't think that we need to worry about offsetting that with a increase in the tax rate, even if it's 1/3 of a cent. So.
I just want to remind the board, I just want to remind, I don't know if we hit every freeholder with this. Freeholder Fitzpatrick made the comment that it is roughly $384. However, we've had conversations with the state. They are interceding on our behalf with the Division of Taxation so that we would pay that out over 4 years. So it wouldn't be the $384. I've also spoken to the Board of Taxation, and the tax administrator had told me that as long as there's a settlement agreement between the Hard Rock and with the city, that she technically could allow that to occur. So she's talking to the State Division of Taxation as well. So I just want to remind the board that it would not be all at one time. That's the issue. It would get phased over the 4 years.
About 100,000 a year.
Right,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
can I just
Sure.
answer? I wouldn't suggest raising the rate to accommodate that, but I read in the paper yesterday that we're anticipating a 1.9% decrease.
So if you take 1.9% decrease, but you want to take out 380,000, which was your suggestion first, it would affect the tax rate by a percentage. I don't think we should offset the tax rate decrease for that because we have 9 million in surplus.
Okay, yes, Freeholder Bertino.
Just one other thing too, you can't really appropriate monies, as you know, for something you anticipate. The state doesn't allow you that option to put money aside as a pocket money to say, I got an issue coming. Once the issue is defined by the state as far as our responsibility, when we get to that point, then you'd have to address it. They do that on purpose so they don't allow towns to put sock money into accounts that affect the tax rate when you don't need it for that at that moment. We're in that budget cycle. Plus, the surplus is more than enough to cover any kind of issue you may run into if it gets to that point in this budget year.
Yeah. I mean, I think, we heard your point in the budget meeting yesterday, Freeholder, and I think the consensus generally on that among our committee was good suggestion, but we felt like we were in a stable enough place to kind of march forward. At least that's what I got from our conversation yesterday. So I thought we had resolved that question, but hopefully that does now.
Madam Chair, if
Yes.
I may, for example, this year we had $18 million surplus. We took half of that and put it towards the 2019 budget. We have $9 million in surplus, as we indicated. You can almost rest assured, next year we'll be somewhere close to that again. So it's not that we're going to come up short money to be able to pay whatever obligations we have back to the Bagada. So you can rest, my point is, you can believe we're gonna have more than $9.1 million next year in surplus going forward. So we're always gonna have this surplus, no matter how you cut it. The question is how much. But if we're really looking at this 1.9 cent, I don't often agree with Frank on a lot of numbers, but I agree with him on this one. We don't want to jeopardize any type of increase, especially, of course, we didn't get a chance to discuss it in public before they issued a press release. But that's the politics over policies. But the fact of the matter is that even if they didn't issue a press release, I think we're in good shape this time. That's just my personal opinion. But a point well taken. And I think it's something to keep our eye on. Because not only the county, and not saying to be corrected, City of Atlantic City has to pay half of it too.
We of the $4.8 million we pay, the county pays.
Atlantic City's got to pay $4.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only paid our percentage,
Yeah.
our 8%.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I
Which
think,
means I got to pay something.
No, I gotta do something.
You got to pay something.
I gotta pay for a lot of
Yeah, you're
stuff.
right. Yeah,
I think it was our priority, not only as a budget committee, but as a board, not only to keep our tax rate as flat and stable as possible, but where we are able to offer relief from a tax perspective, let's do it. So, I think I agree, and again, I thought it was the spirit of our discussion in the budget meeting, that, we feel like we're in a good place to be able to manage that over the next 4 years. So, again, it was a point well taken, I think, in our meeting and today.
Chairman, if I may,
Yes.
I'm gonna vote for this on first reading, but and I'm prefacing why I'm saying that. All along, I always thought it was gonna be more than a penny. But you have to wait until you get almost close to the time you're about to introduce your budget. I just couldn't tell you how much more than a penny I thought it was gonna be, but let me say, I'd be remiss while we're talking about this budget. You know how we continue to thank Jerry and Bonnie and her team for, but I gotta tell you, last meeting I felt bad when I left because Diana does just as much. And she works hard too, on the budget, and I don't know if she's here, but I think, she don't go around looking for, and she's quiet too, but the fact of the matter is she puts a lot of time into this budget as well, and we always give them credit to Jerry and Bonnie, they do an outstanding job in the team, but I want to publicly thank you and thank Jeff. We always thank Jeff anyway, but Jeff's in most of our meetings, and so is Diane, but I thought it would be appropriate time to tell you thank you for what you've been doing.
Absolutely. Yes, Chairman Freeholder Davis.
I have slow my tongue there, Freeholder Corsi, but, you know, in our budget discussion earlier with Jeff and Diana back there, they are planning for the future. I mean, I did ask that question, and Diana had the numbers, and if everything, the only person that ever does stays the same, so that they've done a great job of thinking things through and making sure, we're not putting the cart before the horse with this budget, and it's financially sound, and, with the planning of successive budgets as well.
It's funny, and I'm done with this issue.
Okay.
We had and I think you were on this call, we're in a conference call, and Jerry, for some reason or another, could not get on the call. And listening to Diana, we thought it was Jerry actually talking, but she did an outstanding job in your absence.
Hey, they didn't want to put the budget together.
All right, any other freeholder comments on the budget? Okay, seeing none, I'll have a roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Recuse.
Corsi?
First reading, yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 62.
Atlantic County Public Health Annual Budget Notice 2019, first reading.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on public health budget? Okay, with that, we'll have a roll call.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 63.
Atlantic County Library Annual Budget Notice 2019, first reading.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on the library budget? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 64.
Resolution to exceed the county budget appropriation limits and to establish a 2019 cap bank NJSA 40A:4-45.14, first reading.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on our standard cap bank? Creation? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 65.
Resolution adopting the tax levy cap to be applied to the 2019 county budget.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on that one? Hearing none. Any public comment on that one? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley? And Gatto.
Yes, 66.
Modification number 1 to the federal aid agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for fiscal year 2018, federal aid funding for the construction costs associated with the paving of Blue Anchor Road Section 1 in the borough of Folsom, net increase $162,503.08.
Motion.
Second. Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on that one?
Madam Chair,
Yes, freeholder Corsi.
we're increasing it by 162,000, so this road is one, of course, at $1.5 million.
Yes, you familiar with where it's the limits of from Route 54 to the Black Horse Pike? Are you familiar with the Blue Anchor Road in Folsom?
Somewhat, that's the reason I'm asking.
Pretty, I don't know the total distances, but it's pretty long.
Yeah.
54 to the Black Horse Pike.
54 connects you to the expressway, correct?
54 will take you back like,
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Okay, any other freeholder comments? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 67.
Professional services contract with PharmaCare, Inc. for pharmaceutical consultant services for Meadowview Nursing Rehabilitation Center, amount not to exceed $30,200.
Motion and second. Any freeholder comments? Any comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 68.
Amended professional services agreement with Highland Design Group for land surveying, engineering, and environmental services to extend the term date only, no additional cost.
Second.
Motion and second. Any freeholder comments? Any comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick. Formica.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 69.
Competitive contract with Ford Scott and Associates for auditing services, amount not to exceed $141,000.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments? Any comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Formica.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 70.
Agreement with the Atlantic Cape Community College for the relocation of certain police training academy functions from the Anthony Tony Canale Training Center to the community college, amount not to exceed $71,475.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments?
Madam Chair?
Yes. Freeholder Corsi.
I think that most of us, if not all of us, and certainly Chairman Mika can speak, this would be a game changer
Yes.
for Atlantic Cape Community College, just to have that presence out there. We've been talking about it for a while, and that it's good to see it on the agenda and it's moving forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. Freeholder Formica.
Jerry, thank you. What percentage of the actual training is being moved, and is there a timeline to move it all down?
Yes, Mike to show up, the mic's here.
Mr.
Mr.
Fedorka?
Fedorka, you want to give us some highlights?
For the record,
For the record.
identify yourself.
For the record, I'd ticely asked him if you might want to give us.
United States Marine, New Jersey State Marine. We officially, well, let me start. In the police world, I think the most important thing is training. And it all starts with the basic training that you receive when you're going to become a police officer. In addition to that, there is ongoing, what we call in-service training, which every police officer is required to get at least once a year. Depending on the department, the state police, they do it twice a year. Port Authority, they do it 10 times a year, where I was before. So I thought this was a great thing to do to get out to the college. As Freeholder Formica spoke about, there'll be a lot of police out there, a lot of police cars. By the way, Dr. Gaba has been very, very helpful with this. She's been very good about everything. And so we officially take the building on February the 4th. The cleaning service is out there this week, doing the floors and getting the place ready. There's a little bit of outside work that has to be done. We have a class in right now which came in January the 4th, I think. More than likely, they're going to finish at Canale, only because it's kind of tough to move them once they're there. But what this also does is, I think any police officer in Atlantic County should be trained by Atlantic County for a lot of reasons. We know what we're training them. We know how we're training them. If there's an issue and there's a lawsuit, we have all the records, which hopefully is not going to happen. And the other thing is, all the other counties charge out of county, like Cape May charges $2,500 per recruit, which I think is ridiculous. We don't charge it, Canada. Not only are we going to do police training, but we're also going to do corrections training, because right now all of those corrections officers have to go to Canada, which we pay for. So what I envision is we have we're going to do a lot of training for Atlantic City too, by the way. I've talked to Chief White. I talk to him once a week. I have to go with him before the CRDA, and he wants to train 25 Class 2s, which we will do. He has 14 Class 2s, which he wants to make full-time. That's another 3 weeks of training. So all that is going to happen at the college. I'm hopeful by the time that we get all the equipment that we need in there, the desk, chairs, and everything else, I'm hoping that sometime in March we'll have some sort of training out there. The in-service training, by the way, is going to start out there on the 4th. That's every Monday and Tuesday.
Wonderful.
So little by little, we'll be out there. But the class that's in now, this will be the last recruit class that's trained at Canale. From then on, it'll be that'll be out at the college. And we're all looking forward to this because this is really where training should be in an academic atmosphere. I mean, when I was the head of the state police, we were at Seagirt, and the Corrections Academy is down there, criminal justice is down there, and and a National Guard, that's where they do all the training. So it's really the perfect setting for a police academy. So,
Wonderful, thank you, Mike.
thank you.
Any other questions or?
Well, I would say this, and I'm saying it as analytical and apolitical as possible. One of the reasons we thought we needed a public safety officer for the county was to accomplish some things like this. So I want to thank you for your involvement in that.
Thank you. Was that, you said non-political, political?
And not apolitical.
I thought
Non-political.
that's what I heard you say.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I just want to say too, I know we've talked about it the last couple of years in our Board of Estimates meetings at ACCC, and Freeholder Formica, Freeholder Corsi, you guys have been huge proponents in it, and I know many of you have who've been on the board longer have also been involved in those. So I'm just really glad to see it come to fruition, both from a safety perspective on campus to the academic component that you just mentioned, Mike, and hopefully it also just attracts a lot of new people to the campus for ongoing education, because we have a lot of opportunities there to offer. So I think it's a win-win all around.
Madam Chair, if I may?
Yeah.
I would also challenge my colleagues to one day just stop in and check out the academy. It is something to see. When they leave, they top notch. You can take it to the bank. It's good sometimes just to stop in. You got to be there at the right time, but it's just got it's a lesson you'll never forget that you saw.
Yep.
The stuff they go through and the training, they are ready for whatever comes their way. Is that a fair statement, Mike?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay. Any other freeholder comments on this topic? Any comments from the public? Yes, sir.
Is the Canale Center being repurposed? What is it going to be utilized for now?
That's a great question. Mike, do you have an answer to that?
We're still going to keep Canale as a backup police training center. It's still going to be used. For example, we'll have what I call special schools, which would be, let's say, an investigation course for detectives. We may be doing some other special schools like traffic investigation. We'll do those. We may be doing those at Canale, but I'm going to keep Canale as a backup. We'll still be doing a small amount of training there. But once we're out at the college, the majority of it will be there. But we'll still do stuff at Canale.
You're still going to do fire, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah, you got the fire.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
Fire
know if you know
Academy is
the
still there.
fire is there.
Matter of fact, they had a graduation last night.
Yep.
Freeholder Gatto was there, and Fitzpatrick was there also. Freeholder Fitzpatrick.
And it's still the OEM.
OEM will be there. Yeah, everything is staying there. It's just that we're moving police training.
I think a lot of people in the public don't know exactly what the Canale Center, they thought it was just a training center for police.
No.
It is a huge facility of activity.
Yeah, it's fire. The fire marshal is there. OEM is there, or Emergency Operations Center if there were a disaster, which screens all over the place where we're hooked into the Regional Operations Center at the State Police up in West Trenton.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
sir,
you
I'm
very
sorry,
much.
can you just state your name for the record?
Derek Kason.
Thank you so much. Okay, any other comments from the public?
You don't know Derek Kason?
I'm just on the
We have-
record.
Give her a chance.
Wherever they speak the English language, she's a household name.
I'm just for the record's sake, if we're talking to for anybody else, that's fine. Following protocol. All right, seeing no more comments from the public, we'll have a roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 71.
Contract with Children's Specialized Hospital for the provision of special child health services for children ages 0 to 21 with developmental delays and/or disabilities amount not to exceed $17,000.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on this one? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Bennett? Yes. Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Ghetto.
Yes. 72.
Land acquisitions of approximately 38.5 acres of land located at 125 Betsy Skull Road, identified as Block 4901, Lot 3, Egg Harbor Township, for open space purposes, amount not to exceed $86,000.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on that one? Freeholder
That's
Formica.
the piece of property, right, it's, you'll see. it's
Why are we
open-
buying this land?
It's open space.
I know, but we have a purpose for it?
Well, in that particular case, we have all the land, if you'll notice, our golf courses to the left, and we own all the other land around it.
So,
Futuristically, lots could happen there, I mean, from a point of view of recreation.
just curious.
That's right, yeah,
We own all the land around it. It makes sense.
that's
Did somebody
it.
come to the county and ask us to buy it?
Yes. It happened a few years ago, and we didn't really have the support of the township. We now have the support of the township. They passed a resolution, so, yeah.
I thought it was more than that, it meant that
Yeah.
it was next to something else. Somebody wanted us to buy it. That's the bottom
Well,
line.
that's always the reason.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to buy it.
Okay. Any other freeholder comments? Freeholder Bertino.
That was the comment, and I wanted to make sure that on the record, the township had stepped up like we require all of them to do now. So there's no one just coming to us about, man, you have to go through your township. Township's got to kind of agree with it, and they feel more comfortable, so send it up to the county.
Yeah, great point.
It's pretty cheap at $2,200 a year.
Okay. Any other freeholder comments? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Bennett? Yes. Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 73.
Agreement with the Juvenile Justice Commission for operation of a juvenile detention program at Harbor Fields, amount not to exceed $2,643,626.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any freeholder comments? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bennett?
Chair,
Oh.
Be- before we do the vote,
I was looking at you.
I know, I had one of those moments.
Okay. Freeholder Court.
At the last meeting, I think it was the budget meeting, I asked Jerry to give us an update from where we at with the additional work at the Harbor
Yes,
Fields.
yes. On the 24th, we had a pre-bid, and I believe on the 31st, this Thursday, is when we take the bids for the security fencing.
Hallelujah.
That was it.
Thank you. All right, back to that roll call vote, please.
Bennett? Yes. Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 74.
Amended memorandum of understanding with the Atlantic County Utilities Authority to accept additional funding for economic development initiatives and entering into an amended agreement with the Atlantic County Improvement Authority for the procurement of economic development initiatives and services for a 2-year period in the amount of $600,000.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any comments from the freeholders? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Bennett? Yes. Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. All right, that concludes the written portion of our agenda. First up, we'll go to any reports of special committees. Special committee reports, seeing none. Unfinished business. Seeing none. Any new business? Seeing none. Any written communications or petitions? Seeing none. We'll now open the meeting for the public. Anyone that would like to speak, please come to the podium and state your name and address. Seeing none. Anything for the good of the order?
Well,
Okay, we'll start down the line here.
I'm gonna let my senior member go first.
Okay. Freeholder Risley.
I was going to say this under reports, but I just wanted to mention what I found out. It may not be worth much at all, but one of my functions is to represent the county at the SJTPO meetings, and where I'm secretary treasurer. One of the issues, of course, we have a report from time to time from New Jersey Transit. So I wanted to know, and some very specific items. They were extremely vague. I would talk to a Louis Milan who was there about when this is going to happen. Myself and Freeholder Thornton and Judge Dario, we really ganged up on them. And the best we could get out of them was possibly the second quarter of this year, which of course is
Unacceptable.
unacceptable. We all know that. The damage that it's doing to the state, the county, the city, people can't work, they can't pay taxes, they can't pay state income taxes. It's a bad thing. It's very, very bad. What we believe is that, you know, the engineers have all been sent north, and it's obvious to all of us that when they decided to do this particular project, they had no plan. They had no plan of action. It's just been an absolute disaster. And we expressed our outrage at the whole topic. So I just wanted to let you know that we all spoke up in unison about this issue. Thank you.
It was a hot topic at the Mayor's Association meeting Friday night as well. I know I sent a letter up to the director expressing, you know, my discontent with what's happening. It's just, there's just a couple questions that are not being answered, which is, what's the timeline? Give us the dates. If it's going to be out, just what are the dates? And what are the steps exactly, and why? There's the two answers. It's so
The
vague.
only thing I
and
got was second quarter.
That BS letter that we got was insulting. I don't know how anybody else feels, but I felt it was insulting.
It was filled with excuses.
Absolutely.
Filled with excuses.
Absolutely. Well, I know there are certain people kind of trying to rally some attention and support around this topic, so we'll certainly stay in touch with that. But it's certainly very frustrating. So thanks for bringing that up, Freeholder Risley. Anything else? Okay, Freeholder for me.
I'd like to acknowledge that we have Mullica Township Committee Woman Christy Hanselman here today. Thank you for coming to our meeting.
And Councilman?
And Bill Cornell.
Yeah?
Bill Crown, thank you for coming to the meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
You could critique us after the meeting if we didn't look that good, so
Yep.
thank you for coming.
We won't critique you as long as you don't come and critique us.
They have a lot going on, opening up their Route 30 corridor in Mullica for development, so anybody who's interested in that, see those too. We're certainly trying to get them connected with, you know, some of our resources, ACIA, ACEA, to get that word out, but they're open for business there, so I know you're trying to do a lot of great things, so. keep
We
up that
appreciate
great
it. Thank you
work.
very much.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, of course.
Don't forget today in Atlantic City is that town hall meeting regarding the Atlantic City project at Boardwalk Hall. It starts at about 5 o'clock. Seems like it might be going on for a while. After they make some presentation, I understand they got the business. I don't know how it's going to work, but anybody's interested in going.
There
Okay,
you go.
Stop by for a minute.
okay.
So I can feel with my neck.
Speaking of CRDA, hope everybody saw the arena football team is coming. I'm very excited about that.
We should cheer that on.
Yep, they're looking for a name, so go on their website
Amy Gatto.
and submit your name ideas. I'll be buying some season tickets. Any other Freeholder comments? Just a quick update from the Mayor's Association meeting we had Friday night. This was a hot topic, topic of volunteer firefighters in our county was a topic, and just needing to continually incentivize people to get involved in that. I know it's something, you know, we've all heard. I know it's something we struggled with at the municipal level when we served there as well. So we had some good discussion there, had some good takeaways for some of the ideas. They were very interested in what was happening with the 9/11 fees that we're not getting. So I gave the update from NJAC that we've gotten and gotten them tied in. I believe the Mayor Association is going to pass some kind of resolution in support of the work that we've been doing to get those fees back into the appropriate areas that they should be. So a lot of good discussion there, good participation from mayors across the county. So more to come there. All right, Freeholder Bertino.
Just one quick thing, for those interested, the Solid Waste Advisory Committee did meet, reorganize. There's going to be some changes which the ACUA has been talking about, the recycling programs in your communities. I know Rick Dovey's been going around doing presentations. He just did one this past Thursday, I believe, in Egg Harbor City. I'm going to suggest that he come here and do a brief presentation for the freeholders to make them aware of the changes. With the China and changing a lot in how they're taking recycling material back, there's going to be some changes that affect everybody. There was some concerns and thoughts about the increased tonnage that's going to be going into the in our ACUA fields for coverage, if that was going to create an issue for them for storage and stuff for a long time, and Rick's indicated no, that's not going to be the case. So they have a plan in place for that, but I suggested that he get a hold of the chairperson here, and you guys set up a meeting for him to come in and explain that.
Great.
That was all.
Great, thank you. Okay. And if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion, second. All those in favor? All right.